Hi everyone, my name is Sunny, and today's pick a card is in regards to what news does your friend want to give you. And I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, and 3. So if you need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video or select a pile or piles of your choice when you're ready. So I will go ahead and start with pile number 1. So for pile number 1, you guys have the 6 of Wands upright. So, oops, it's upright, I promise. So for you guys, your friend wants to congratulate you, right? You've accomplished something in your life, something that is worth congratulating for, maybe in their from their perspective. Maybe example, you've just graduated from school and they want to take you out to a nice dinner, or they just want to take cute pictures with you and give you flowers, or just give you like congratulations card or something that's like a nice little gesture. Or maybe you got a promotion at your job and they want to congratulate you, call you up and tell you like congrats for getting the job. You've been working really hard at it, you've been doing so many applications, it's about time they noticed you. Or maybe you just got engaged, or you got married, or you got divorced. It doesn't always have to be a certain type of like not demographic, but like it's not always like congratulations like for being together with somebody. It could also be congratulations for being single, or like getting out of this, like ending things amicably. Right? I think I'm saying it right. Amicably. It's not amicably. Yeah, it's an amicably. Or maybe congratulations for getting a new home or getting a new car. Like it's an achievement you've been working hard, and it's just like it's a distinguished achievement that you've been pushing yourself to achieve. Some challenges were not, it doesn't feel like it was like too many obstacles. It was just something that you had to commit and to continuously pursuing, and then eventually it paid off. So it feels like you are finally loving that recognition, loving that merit. I think people are seeing you in a different light, and it feels like your friend specifically is wanting to point that out. And I just feel it's overall good news that they feel like you're in the spotlight and it's well deserved, and they're coming in to just basically congratulate you, and to tell you maybe you're a great friend too. Like it could just be one of those things that maybe it's your friend anniversary and you're like, we've known each other for so long, it's been 20 years. So maybe it's that. It's just the fact that you've been together for so long, through thick and thin. It doesn't always have to be so negative, but again, take what resonates. Very congratulatory, very happy. It feels very fiery, with this energy. So maybe you're like in a fiery season. Usually they're April, somewhat of May, July, August, and when Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is like around November, right? I think November, December, Sagittarius. So yeah, it could be one of those seasons where you catch up and feel very content. So thank you, pile number 1. Very cute message. Oops, sorry for moving the camera. So pile number 2, you guys have the Empress reverse. So something that your friend wants to tell you soon is that it can be seen in a positive light, but these cards keep sliding. Okay, there. So I have like such movable like cards. So for pile number 2, it just feels like your friend is either being more private in this moment, or pretty much being more nurturing towards themselves right now, or they like to see that you're doing this, and they just want to tell you keep up the good work, basically. Continue to do that, put yourself first, because remember, this is more your friend giving you news about yourself, rather than, or maybe like it's connected, but there's a connection about that. Maybe you're keeping your own like of femininity a private matter, more so like even a fertility journey too. Like if there's a beautification process for you, you're keeping that on the down low. Maybe your friend's the only one that knows. Or let's say, example, you're like, well, I'm gonna go get my eyebrows laminated or something, but I don't want people, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but maybe you just don't want people to know, right? Because like, what if you don't like it or something? So you just kind of keep that to yourself. Or maybe you're someone that's keeping your fertility journey to yourself, because maybe you're keeping it a secret just, to be sure, right? And your friend is one of those people that knows, so they're congratulating you, right? Or maybe they're congratulating you for the fact that you're being more private about yourself, or you're really in touch with that can't say it, masculine, there, I'm gonna say masculinity, in that masculine side, like finally putting up those boundaries, that stuff can be done through more rough, direct action, not always through like softer pursuits. So maybe they enjoy that you're finally being more direct and like putting yourself first, maybe more independent, more aggressive, more action oriented, right? And physical, rather than focusing on the words and the softness and the comfort. Like it just feels like maybe that's what they want to, come to you and tell you, like you're doing a good job in that sense, like you're finally putting in that work. So the Empress card also reversed can mean someone that's a little bit more reserved, and I just like to think of it like a picky person, in the sense where you're more fickle, like you don't just allow people to be around you as easily, because they could be leeching off the kindness that you give off. So I think you're more selective, right, of who gets to be around you. You're more someone who puts up good boundaries, who doesn't take no ish. I do think that you've kind of been, you are the Empress, but I think that you're selective with who you allow the Empress to be seen with. So I think that your softer, nicer side has to have a protective side too. So you are very self-protective of your energy right now, and they are picking up on the fact that you're doing a good job at it, or you're learning to kind of be, a little bit more choosier. Or maybe your friend stopped talking to you for a while, or they're catching up to you, and then they realize that you're doing some changes with your life, so they're interested, like, oh, okay, cool, so how come this happened, right? What's this change? Like, it doesn't have to be always like your friend is a bad friend and that's why you're icing them out. It's just sometimes that when you need to clean inventory, you need to clean inventory, and it's with everybody, and everyone's a fair game. But that doesn't mean you hate them. It just means that you had to kind of, self-seclude maybe a bit before you can actually go back and like re-enter people in your circle. So maybe that's why you were a little bit more choosier when it comes to that. Or maybe they realize that you are someone that has been enjoying themselves in doing more outdoorsy activities, being more like a daredevil, or someone that's more like, I just think of the brawny guy, the paper towel guy. It's just a lumberjack, a lumberjane. I think of that. You're someone that's been doing a lot of stuff outside, or like a lot of stuff indoors, fixing up stuff, and really like being like Bob the Builder, right? So they are enjoying that side. They're like, oh, so you're not so like, not like sitting down all the time, like not in your ASS, but someone that's like a little more active. They see us being a little more active when it comes to doing stuff around the house or around your neighborhood, fixing up stuff, right? So, focusing on yourself, right? Being more independent and just closing in on people. So that's what they want to tell you, right? That they've noticed these changes. They don't feel they're bad changes, but I think that it was necessary for you in your journey, right? So maybe that's what's needed right now. So next is pile number 3. You guys have the 2 of Cups reversed. So your friend wants to tell you that either they've noticed that there was like a change in personality, or that you noticed and you picked up on that, but they might open up about the fact that they're either already single, or they're planning to separate from somebody, or they're focusing more on themselves and they're not being as codependent on their partner, or that could be you, right? So they might want to, or they might just bring it up like, hey, like, what's, like, out of concern, not that they want to be nosy, like, tell me is it the 411? I think it's, I don't know if that's something that people say still, but tell me the gossip, right? Like over coffee or something at each other's houses. So they want to clear up the air when it comes to that. Or maybe that there was a breakage of a commitment, like maybe the friendships, or you guys maybe could have been hanging out. It doesn't always have to be partners either, like romantic sense, like in a romantic sense, sorry. But it could be also friendships that you guys had to break off, right? So maybe you could have also broken up with each other as a friend, and it was like a very long-term commitment, and then you come back and reunite and like try to recuperate that friendship that you might have lost at one point because of X reason, right? So you're trying to mend that because it's been so long and you feel like you both have grown, or you're both coming in to separate that and like cut that connection, right? It could be either or, but it just feels like um, you're willing to, even though it's reversed and you would think that there's less communication, maybe not, how can I say this? Not much is said, but can be understood as a lot, right? I think I'm saying that poorly. You don't have to say much to understand what's going on. I think you guys pick up on the cues that are subtly being expressed through physical features, or like not physical features, but through expressions, body language. So it can be picked up. So I think they overall pick up on that, and maybe you pick up on that too. But it just feels like maybe they come in a, okay, I'm kind of nosy on this one. I'm gonna pull up a card on you guys, and I got the Four of Wands to be more clear upright. So I do think that I just think maybe it could be, yeah, a romantic sense, right? So either you are the person doing this or your friend is, and they're coming to just let you know as a life update, or you could let them know when you guys talk again as a life update that you guys are divorcing, or you're separating from your partner and you're moving away from each other, or getting your own place, or you're finally are able to, maybe you were already together but you didn't have the finances, either person, to actually, go about their different ways because contracts, right? You're under contract, or maybe, the finances, I can't say that, finances weren't there before, so now you can have that. It feels more peaceful, or maybe it's the fact that they're gone, that your house feels more peaceful, the place that your heart feels like home at is more peaceful. Maybe it's also you going back home feels more peaceful, or maybe you're like someone in your family, could be, as a Four of Wands, a family unit, someone in their family is getting a divorce, and everyone seems happier like that because there was a lot of disruption in that connection, and it made everybody else miserable too. So maybe they're just kind of updating you, like example, their sibling is separating, or their parents are separating finally, and they're just updating you on the fact that they are having this change in their life. And I don't feel like it's that much of a surprise, truthfully. I think that you guys kind of saw it coming for a while, or they themselves saw that. Sorry, I want to say this. They themselves saw that. It's not that they saw it like, oh, it's a premonition, but it feels very like, oh man, like things have piled up enough to be like, I mean, I'm not surprised. Like the consequences of everything kind of just adds up, and like it's very matter of fact kind of thing that you guys saw coming. So it feels like there's more comfort in that, finally we're separating. So yeah, I think that connection was long over. For whatever reason they decided to separate, I just feel for the most part this is a romantic connection. I don't feel that, at first I kind of left it more open in that sense, where maybe it's not open-hearted, like to like just specific romantic connections. Maybe it's friendships and stuff like that, but I feel for the most part it's just your friend coming in to tell you about that someone's separating, or that you are separating from your own partner, and you just want kind of someone to confide in and like have a support system. And that's what they want too, like having that support system. And maybe that's why you're kind of listening to them, because you know how to comfort them, you know how to really touch home in their feels, in their center, in their values. So maybe their values are changing too, because they have to keep up with the changes. That maybe it was an unfortunate connection that they really tried to make it work, but I just feel it was useless. I think the connection was long overdue. But yeah, overall that's what they want to tell you, which is like, I don't feel necessarily they're bad news or good news. Like it's just news that happened to them, and how they react is very much up to them. But I feel like it could be a good start to progress into different challenges in their life, right? Maybe they start to get to know themselves better, or you start to, and you realize you're a very different person than what you used to be with that person like 5 years ago, maybe. It just feels like you're finally getting to know that side of you, of just you and your needs and who you were and putting yourself first. So thank you, pal number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. So bye, everybody.